where we start at 10 now. So and we all just kind of came along with it. So welcome. It's certainly a good dimension. So get comfortable. Our cast, however, is the same. Um, who was I introducing? I was mid-traduction with somebody.
I think I was wrapping up my part and then was like, oh, there's no sound.
Yes.
'Cause
Well, I
I'm
guess I
paying
assume
attention to stats.
none of it worked, but so let's start with Alex.
Oh man, part 2 again. I keep always making sure that I have audio off. Okay, so hey everyone, I'm Alex. Thank you for coming back and for sticking with our technical difficulties. I'm playing the director, a gnome bard. You can catch me here every Monday. Star Wars is tomorrow, every other Monday for cults, and I'm always here. Yes.
Love it. Jen?
Hi, I'm Jen. I am here for Pathfinder and Cult on Mondays. I also go by Savage Sparrow on the internet. I run an awesome nerdy t-shirt place called savagesparrow.com. Check it out. I play Reka, aka Draka, the lizard druid, who's working on making a cult, and it's great.
Love it. Daniel?
Hi, I'm Daniel, the source of all of our technical problems, and I am playing Sailix, the Elven Guard, and
The source of all of our moral problems.
also all of the moral problems. And I'm here on every Sunday with Age of Ashes, every Friday with with Scion Second Edition, and every other Monday with Alex on Star Wars. So come check us out there.
And last but not least, Mr. Smith.
Hello. I am Mr. Smith.
How amazing is that?
Welcome to my abode. Tonight I will be playing Rune Ravenswood, the chaotic wizard who loves to cause trouble everywhere. Thank you all for joining us this evening. I really appreciate it. Also, drink of the evening, the New York. Cheers. Drink responsibly.
Drink is so wonderful. They named a whole city after it. And I'm Ian. I will be the MC and GM for tonight. All 4 letters. We are sponsored by Smiteworks, who has put forth this wonderful system on Fantasy Grounds, and we can now show it. You can see Fantasy Grounds in action, but you should check it out for yourself. Go to fantasygrounds.com and try it. I believe you could try it for free. You could also try Fantasy Grounds Unity, which is sort of like the second iteration of Fantasy Grounds, but it's just way smoother and has a lot more functionality. We are also sponsored by the Only Sheet, which our wizard Rune Ravenswood uses all the time for character creation and management. You can use it for your whole party and track everything, even like inventory and money and stuff like that. And we are also sort of sponsored by Michael Gelfi on YouTube. We have been using his ambiences in the past. You should check him out because he has really good tracks, especially if you are trying to run a fantasy tabletop game. So where we left off, if anybody remembers, the party wanted to fell a dragon pillar, perhaps to gain the favor of the Akuje elves once again. They got a little bit more than they bargained for, though. It was an ambush, and this great beast here that you can see in the image has decided to protect this pillar, probably with her life. Now, this dragon pillar isn't going to be a sitting duck in this either. It's attacked Monica from its black gem about halfway on its height. A beam of dark energy struck her as she came too close, rendering her blind. Aldonis charged to her defense, but you guys have seconds to spare. So I've done an initiative. The director will go first. What do you do?
So I'm trying to set this up. So we see the pillar, or we see this. Yeah, we see that with the gem in it. Do we know what we're supposed to do with this thing, or are we just supposed to destroy it? Right?
Break it. Yeah.
Break it. Okay. All right. What the hell am I doing? I don't know. I am going to. Who's up there? Monica's up there.
I'm going to be throwing up a couple spells that would have been done prior to the combat.
Perfect.
That's fine. Go for it. I would like to try and dispel the magic from it. I'm going to cast Dispel Magic. Let me see if I know how to do this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Dispel magic.
Okay, well, sorry. The target has to be one an unintended magic item. That is the verbiage from this. So I don't think I can do
I'll
that.
rule it if you're trying to dispel the magic of the gem itself.
Yes.
Yes. Let's allow that. You're trying to deactivate that beam.
Yes. So I have to. Oh man, and I remember I was gonna look up I have to attempt a counteract check against the target.
Okay.
So
Okay. Counteract check.
that is a special check. I don't have.
Just go ahead and
I'm
roll
gonna
me.
roll. Yeah. We're gonna do it that way.
The jet black circular gem seems to lose its glow. The black light is no more. Mundane, it appears for a moment. Solid rock. You have one more action. What would you like to do?
I am going to. Can I take cover behind the bush that's to my left?
Yeah. There's
right.
tall rocks. If you wanted to just crash underneath something.
I'm going over here, guys. Oh my god. I'm under the bush.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You can feel the eyes of your enemies, though. But you do take shelter.
You can't see me. I can't
The
see you.
comforting shade. What I would like to know is what Reika is doing right about now. Monica appears helpless for context, and Aldonis is charging to her aid, but this creature looks relentless. She might tear them apart if you're not careful. Oh, you're muted.
Right. Can you please relink the map for me? Because I do not have it on my
Yes.
screen. There we go. Thank you. Okay. So she's up there. And as far as we are aware, is the tower neutralized right now? At least from what it's...
You know that it seems to, the beam seems to have died for at least now.
Okay. Let me think. What do I want to do? Let's see. That's right. I forgot I have my cool punching button. Fuck. It's weird now that I have more physical combat stuff. Okay, so I guess let's see. I don't have the spell yet where I can restore her senses, right? Because we're just writing that off as preparing it later.
Right.
Okay, cool. The lightning one I had wanted prepared for this one. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Then I guess I will. Let's see.
Is that Tempest Surge or Electric Arc?
I had actual level 3 lightning.
Oh, okay. All right. I have.
Let's see. Can I move like here? And then how do I draw a line? No, that doesn't work. But basically, is there a way to aim the lightning so it hits the dragon and the tower?
Not from there, but
Okay.
from there.
Okay.
So it's
And
riskier, but yep.
Okay, and that's what I want to do.
Excellent. Describe what you're doing here.
Let's see. I'm casting. Where is it? Lightning bolt. Which is presuming that it works. The saving throw is reflex. It could do 4d12 electricity. So I guess let me know if it works first.
Yeah, 2 successes.
Yes. Okay. So I guess and I had prayed.
4d12.
Yeah. So let's see.
So that's whoops.
Oh.
Here we go.
Okay. Cool. Sweet. So basically, and we had set up. So I had prayed. We had Sailix and I had prayed for like stormy weather, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I did a dance in the nude and everything.
You did?
Oh, totally.
Fuck that weather.
I need this. I needed to know that. That's a musical. I see this as a musical scene. Okay.
And I just imagine that it's one of those things where, because like you don't really have to. Okay, you're doing that.
Okay.
All right, whatever. Yeah. So I imagine it's just like one of those things where, like, like seeing Monica get blinded and stuff, and Eldonis is like rushing in there, like she's just real mad. Doesn't even say anything, but just like raises her hands and then boom.
Raiden.
You see,
Yeah.
if not for the brass binding around the pillar, it likely would shatter because you see the cracks in the wood all the way down to its foundation. But it stands tall. It doesn't possess any natural way to dodge that lightning. But it took it like a champ, and you've angered this creature.
Oh yay!
breaking the concentration, allowing Aldonis to move in for a bite, and he will pounce, grabbing her right at the arm, which is yet another tough break for this creature. But Sailix, it's your turn.
All right. Sailix is going to use sudden charge to close the distance to be right here.
Beautiful.
Or I mean, I guess I don't even need to use sudden charge because he wasn't that far away. And then I will swing it at him. So when I do you want me to use the dice tower, or do you just want me to hover over the marker? Since we're streaming from my
Whichever
screen.
one you want.
Okay.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
All right.
Just describe your swing here. Your golf game.
So yes, Sailix is immediately like charging up. He's got it like immediately grabs the sword like with one overhand, one underhand grip, and then just kind of swings up as he's coming up on him. Just in one fell motion.
Lush platinum hair
flowing behind him.
Swampy summer wind.
I mean, now it's a cool stormy wind, and I just imagine it's one of those cool moments where like the smoke clears from the lightning, and he's just like, ah!
Oh, definitely. Like
Yeah.
Like the little bit of smoke left gets cleaved through by the sword first, then hits them.
Yes, perfect. So, Rune,
Oh, is it my turn?
You might notice first. Monica's blind. She can't see. Her pupils are fully occluded now. It's that pearly white. You can tell as well. Aldonis jumped in to protect her, and she hasn't. She's pulled her daggers, but she doesn't seem to have any clear idea of where to point them. So what do you do?
How far away is she versus how far away is the creature?
She's 15 feet away from you. The creature is about 20 feet away from you. She is 10 feet from the creature. Aldonis in between them.
All right. Rune will watching the lightning from Reka, correct?
Yes.
So as the lightning, because of the weird dilation of combat time, as the lightning streaks across, Rune reaches out a hand towards it, pulling some of the electric energy as he begins to cast a spell, wrapping it around his hand, punching at the ground with a shocking grasp towards the draconic creature at level 3. So this will be, he'll be adding an action to get it at a 30-foot range, which is, you said it was 20 feet away?
Yep.
Yep. So I will make an attack roll against that creature. Make sure I'm targeting him. Oh, not the pillar. Ah, there we go. And then we'll see how this goes.
And it is a critical miss.
I'm going to spend my hero point.
Perfect use of a hero point.
Yeah.
Redirect the lightning. Mid-flight.
Are you kidding me?
No.
No.
You should have danced naked, man.
Yeah.
I should have.
Like,
Can I
listen.
give him my hero point?
Okay,
I hang on a second.
yeah, I'll buy him a hero point. Are we doing the name an NPC as the hero point thing?
Right? Yeah, I think
The
so.
Arthur.
There you go.
Effectively getting another hero point to try and blow this a third time.
Yeah, sure.
There you go.
Ian, do you approve?
I approve.
All right.
Hey!
And it's a miss.
What?
At least it's not a critical miss.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
3 shots,
Um,
3 different timelines. They all miss. Just
Sailix,
wow.
you feel a warmth as lightning manages to pass within millimeters of your flesh, ever so eager to fry you alive, but missing you by a hair, literally just overhead, and
This is-
it dissipates into the storm
that's a
weather.
miss. I'm terrified.
So I imagine
glare
like
over
look,
his shoulders.
yeah, like I imagine like Reika like looks at Rune and is just like
At your own storm.
Get your own.
yeah, right?
You
like
can't sit with us.
this is what happens when wizards mess with the natural orders of things.
You come with me under this bush.
Yeah,
Better here.
exactly. Just like, all right, if you want to do this right, like we'll all pray together and it'll be fine.
We're gonna be
And I-
naked together.
like
Salix,
I like Reika's just like looking at everybody like, why is
Okay.
this a thing?
you meet first the claws of this demonic figure.
All
Few,
right.
few things tower over you, but she does. That's a hit.
Whew.
Or 22 damage. A single slash.
You try and kill me.
Something wrong?
I don't appreciate it.
gonna die.
Next, an attack. This time a bite, but it's a critical miss.
Oh, thank God.
You have a chance.
Oh.
Um,
Oh no, they're not carrying a weapon, are they? Oh no, I can make them flat-footed.
you can make them flat-footed. You can do a little more than that, though. This is a critical miss. What do you do in this opportunity? Split second.
It's as a strike down with their head, right?
Yes.
Since he's already got a double hand grip on his sword, he's going to try to go for just a wailing blow on the exposed neck
Okay.
of it.
Make an attack.
Okay.
Make a strike. It's a miss as your blade awkwardly bounces off of the tough skin. If you had been coordinated enough, you could have decapitated her. But in a panic, she begins to back away,
Ooh.
perhaps preparing for
Wait,
something more.
Do I get another attack of opportunity because she's backing away?
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
That, I believe, is a 5-foot step to prevent an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
If it were a full stride, it would provoke.
Okay.
I think that's how it works for this, but I've been using it.
Okay.
That's fine.
That way, regardless. The dragon pillar, instead of firing, sheds a small layer of the rock that's replaced its black gem, and as it peels away, another jet black sphere glowing, preparing once again. You have time, but not a lot. Director, you see this.
Mhm.
You might have saved somebody from blindness, but time's of the essence. So what do you do?
I'm going to try and cast. I'm going to try and just hit it. Hopefully it does something. Magic missile on it, and it's going to be the elevated one. So it's four missiles. He can't really aim for the specific gem, but he's going to aim for the pole.
Excellent. Reika, you're next.
Okay.
Describe this.
So from under the bushes, the director is kind of peeking out and is trying to figure out what he can do, because of course, Sailix and Reika are the fighters, and Rune is a much better spellcaster than compared to him, and poor Madoka is blind and we can hear her, so he's kind of not in. He's like, oh crap, okay, I need something. I gotta at least get the hopefully take this the prevent more blindness. So he's gonna do whatever he does to summon this and very quietly go okay.
You notice the crack in the middle of this felled tree to make the pillar has now broken so much on the center that it's just the binding and the centerpiece stone holding it together. You can see through it to the other side. This thing's ready to fall apart. It just needs another push. But perhaps you think you might be tasked with solving this problem because your friends are preoccupied. Speaking of Reika.
Okay. So Sailix is pretty badly hurt, but the dragon looks like it just needs one more good shove.
She's walking right into you, yeah.
Okay. Let me see, what do I want to do? Sorry. I want to double check something. Where's that thing? That's the thing. Damn it, and they don't list what it does. Okay. So I think I want to actually, since I have decent AC and stuff, try to hit it. With the
Cinderclaw gauntlet.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
26 is a miss. You swing confidently, some of your best skills, and it isn't enough.
Okay.
She bats the gauntlet away with claws to match it.
Mm-hmm.
How do you follow up?
So that seems pretty clear that she that with that 13, like that was easy for her to dodge, right?
It's hard to tell. It was
Okay.
close.
All right.
Very close.
Okay. So I feel like I think I want to heal Sailix. And I have reach spell now, so I don't need to touch him. I can stay here without, unless, can I move 5 feet next to him to do that? Or
Is it 2
that-
actions or is it 1 action to heal?
It's as many actions as I want to put into it.
Okay, you can do 1 action. So 1 action to attack, 1 action to move, and then 1 action to heal him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then,
As long as
yeah,
you're moving strategically.
let's do that. All right. I'm gonna lick you. Yeah. Oh God, that's sad.
Ooh.
But it's plus my wisdom, right? Or no? You do.
That sounds right. We're doing plus wisdom. Your wisdom is plus 4. So, yes,
So you get 5.
Every bit helps.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I mean, she's in a rush, so, instead of like all the fancy stuff, it's just she hawks the loogie at you.
Completely understand. And
Yeah.
instead of landing on his cheek, it hits him in the eye. It's like, son of a bitch!
Yeah, like, just sorry. Ugh.
Aldonis snarling and hissing at this creature, but thinking strategically, urges Monica to move backwards as they both head for cover. Sailix?
So since I'm still like within range, do I have to
Yep.
move again, or can I just
Nope.
attack?
Nope. You
Yeah.
got to swing.
Yeah, Sailix is going to swing. And ba-da-bop.
That's a hit.
All right. Boop.
Your bastard sword of 2 hands, 20 damage. Describe what you're doing there.
So as Lee gets the loogie in the eye, he's kind of just like growls in response, and I'm gonna say his sword was still kind of like up from dinging off the neck, and then he brings it down across like her exposed belly.
Excellent. I believe you have 2 actions
I
left.
do.
What do you do?
I'm going to throw Divine Lance at the pole that seems to be on its last
Perfect.
legs. So
The lance misses.
oof.
Rather, it shatters on the stone base, grazing it from a bad angle. Rune. Or rather, not yet. The creature's quite mad with you. She lunges towards you with both claws. The first misses you. You manage to parry it away. The second
Oof, not
is
so
a
lucky.
critical hit.
Not so lucky. Oh no.
Parry's not enough. You swear you could feel the thumb claw land between your 2 ribs as the grip covers almost your full torso. You can feel claws in your back and abdomen. Perhaps it's time to fight for your life with the enemy in front of you. Rune, you see this. As it unfolds, what do you do?
Oh, shit. All right. So that typical boom sort of radiates out as Sailix sees his companion, his lover, and it's in a field of beautiful wheat grain, wherever he feels peaceful, and he just gets this sense of calm and soothing.
Am I dead?
That
No,
song from
it's-
Gladiator starts playing.
Yeah, basically,
Wow.
in a sense, yeah, that's one way to put it. So you get some hit points back, and you get a little buff. Not a lot, but it'll help.
Every little bit helps. You guys have no idea. I'm so
But that's Rune's action.
You hear sounds like a rattling. Sailix, suddenly you find it feels like you've been hit with a rubber bat. It is actually a beam, a laser. It hits. I'm gonna need a fortitude save from you, I believe. Sailix.
Fingers crossed. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, he's typing. It's not good.
Sailix, your vision
Oh, son of a bitch.
fades. Actually, your vision of the world fades, but this illusion you've been given strangely manages to persist. It must be terrifying for you, though, because you know at any second you could be gutted while you wait in this dreamlike state. But, Director,
God.
Oh,
what do you do?
Lord. I don't know. I am going to. I was gonna buff Sailix. That was gonna be like I was planning to buff him.
That's good you didn't.
Yeah. Damn it. So is Sailix? Did he get knocked down?
No,
Or is he just
he
okay?
kept his footing.
All right. So what I'm going to do. All right, hold on. I got to count. Let's make sure I have enough it's verbal invisibility. I'm not going to be able to do that shit. I'm going to cast invisibility on myself, but it's for 120 feet. And I'm going to, it's really just for myself because I think it will dispel for anybody who's actually would it work for the director if he is not because the phrasing is like if it's a hostile, if a creature made invisible by the spell leaves the spell's area becomes visible, blah, blah, blah. If any creature made invisible by the spell uses a hostile action, the spell ends after the hostile action is completed. So if I cast it on myself, even though I am in a conflict, do I remain invisible until I do an offensive action or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go invisible right now. Yep.
All right, that's what I'm going to do. Going invisible.
Perfect.
And I'm going to move. I'm going to move kind of near around my, he wants to see if this crystal is going to track him. So he's going to move to like the center.
Oh, perfect. Creep up to it.
Yep.
It doesn't appear, it appears to have something similar to a pupil, almost like an air bubble in the middle that you can see. And only because of that impurity, right? You notice that it moves around like an eyeball, searching. But it doesn't see you, and that's how you know.
Okay.
You can get as close as you would like.
I'm getting up to it. Yeah.
Reka, concurrent with this, as Sailix is grabbed, what do you do? Since you see.
So he got grabbed by the dragon?
Yes.
Okay. I want to try to get him to not be that.
What's the plan?
So let's see.
You would like to attack the arm, or?
Yeah. So it's one action to attack, right?
Yes, a strike is
Okay.
one. Yep.
All right. So let me try to attack the arm. Well, let's see. Don't choke. Is that good enough?
23 is a miss.
Okay. I want to try to hero point that then.
Okay.
And hopefully this will not be as bad. Yeah. Yes!
Oh, okay.
Oh God,
Oh
yes.
my god.
It's a nat 20.
I just
I
like
mean,
ripped
love
that
that.
arm off. Just like, this is mine.
This is the Cinderclaw gauntlet?
Yes.
Yeah, forearm to elbow, gone.
Yeah.
It falls, still loosely attached to Sailix's body because it dug its claws in. This thing is screaming in a way that it didn't before. Birds scatter out of the trees.
And I'm
Thought
gonna
it was mad
use
before.
my last 2 actions to Tempest Surge.
Okay.
So I think you roll for Burst Reflex.
2 double damage.
Yes.
And you said that's a
Reka is
reflex?
also totally gonna keep this arm as a note.
Love it. And you want this thing to make a reflex save, you said?
Yeah, I'm gonna use Tempest Surge.
All right. It fails whatever the reflex save is.
So, basically, I surround a foe in a swirling storm of violent winds, roiling crowds, and crackling lightning. The storm deals 1d12 electricity damage. On a failure, the target is also clumsy 2 for 1 round and takes 1 persistent electricity damage.
Oh, excellent. Okay. And the storm rages on.
Yeah, so, did you roll the d12?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so he's also clumsy to that condition. And I imagine I look like a fucking badass.
So great. I don't think Monica's happy missing out on all of this. Sailix, you've been saved again.
I have.
I think you await the day that you would be the one doing the saving. It's
Not at
nostalgia.
all, actually.
I
This is
mean,
fine.
lizards are cool, man.
Lizard wizard and Sailix. So what do you do?
You
should remove the hand.
Right, so
The arm.
He'll take time to remove the arm. So with he's blind now, right? And he
can't see.
He sees Kellen in front of him.
Yeah, actually, you're in a vision. Do you interact?
He's going to slash at Kellen.
Interesting. Make an attack.
He's going to scream for Reika to move as he's removing the claw, knowing that she was near him.
Reika, make a reflex save.
Oh god. Okay, let's see. Reflex.
All right. As you slash, he backs away in shock, and your sword, as it would hit his brown robes, instead shatters into a prismatic array of butterflies floating up into this bizarre paradise. He cocks his head, says, "You're still mad you couldn't find me."
Oof. Oof.
Oof.
So
You have 2 actions left.
Colt.
oh man, I want to charge the area where the hand was gripping me from. So like kind of
Yeah, Kellen's backing up too as well, and it's aligning.
so
the-
like kind of where the he last saw the thing like or was facing. If Kellen's aligned in that same area, he's just gonna kind of like try to charge forward and just slash down.
Perfect. Make an attack roll for me.
All right, yay!
This one isn't towards you, Reika. You miss. You dodge out of the way of the first swing. You see him
Yeah.
slashing at the air. He's gone blind as well. As you, more or less by accident, hit your enemy in this blind state,
All right.
despite swinging at your missing lover.
You want me to roll damage?
Yes. This time it actually hits up his chest, and you see blood start to pool up. And then he snaps his fingers, and it heals up. Then he mouths something, but you can't hear it because it feels as if your ears had popped. Suddenly, if you could read lips, you'd know what he's trying to say to you, but your vision returns
Oh.
at the end of your turn. Is there anything else you'd like to do before your vision returns? You have no idea where anything is.
Give me a second. Good reason. No, I can't do that because it's 2 actions. Can I take like a defensive stance to try and?
Yes, I believe you can. You have something. You can like raise a shield using your weapon. I
Oh,
believe you had an
right,
option
yeah.
for something like that. Yep. Go ahead and do that as you feel your vision come back in, fixated on what he might have been trying to tell you.
All right.
But it's the creature's turn. Furious, with but one arm, a whip of her tail to Reika
Oh yeah.
is the best first thing you could come up with.
Okay.
The spines of the tail deal 18 points of damage.
Oof.
Right. Big oof.
An attack of the claw.
No.
Slashes.
I'm fucked.
Reika's
Oh no.
torso,
Mm-hmm.
blood welling out. Reika falls to the ground. Rune, you're acting along parallel with this. So what do you do?
Oh man. You get to get your vision back just to see her take all of that. That's awful.
Right.
Yeah, that's some traumatic.
Just wait.
All right.
Blind
let's-
rage.
Are we off? Are we off for me just giving something a little shot? Just going for broke, or do you want me to try and hurt it?
I'll let you make a knowledge check as a reaction on this creature.
Any particular knowledge?
Well, it does look to be a mashup of a Sharka, the monkey people, and a dragon. So if you wanted to make an Arcana check. First thing comes to mind is it's immune to fire and paralysis.
Ah, that's good to know.
Beyond that, you know that tail can extend quite a ways out, so it's good to be at a distance here. But that's all you know in this time to intervene.
All right. We'll give this a shot then.
That's a hit.
Oh boy. Okay. As Rune, once again, it unlike before where there was a lot of chanting and arcane symbols, very little that seems to occur this time around as he just sort of twists his hand in the air, spinning his fingers in a bit of a circle as the ozone that has been sort of filled throughout this area begins to coalesce around his hand again as he touches the staff, and arcs of energy, electricity spiral down into the ground as he slams it into the ground. As then the arcs of electricity just bounce along the ground up the leg of the creature, doing 18 points of damage.
Bones cracking and limbs turning are the last movements she makes before she falls to the ground, actually falling over Reika,
Oh God.
who's on the floor. But the threat isn't over. The dragon pillar is glowing stronger than it was, even in the beginning. 3 beams. 1 for Sailix, 1 for Rune,
Get out of here.
Oh no.
and 1 for the nearest. You notice Aldana's charging to help
Oh,
Reika. It is
oh no.
1 hit, 2 hits. Do they all hit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Critical. Who got a critical hit? Rune? All right, Rune.
Mhm.
What was the one on me?
36. Yep.
Oh yeah.
All
The
right.
director just sneaks away.
Oh, yeah.
That was
His-
fun. That was a
his
crazy
vision.
2 months.
Oh
Rune,
my
the last
God.
thing you see is it falling over what you think might be Reika's corpse. Sailix, you lose your vision again. You return to an unfamiliar yet familiar place.
So, question before, as this thing's falling over, he sees where it's falling, like over Reika, right? He knows
Right.
the position. He's like in grasp to be there, right?
Yep.
All right. That's all he needs.
Perfect. Director.
Aw, thank you.
Oh man. Okay. I'm
You-
going to unless you had
Yeah, no, what are you going to do? You've
All
seen
right.
quite...
Out of sheer curiosity, what happened to Rune?
We get a hero point from Spence.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to re-roll that attack to Rune.
Oh, I got one too. Yay.
Yeah.
Damn, Spence got all the chat points.
Yeah.
That's, oh, whoops.
E. Arthur.
Right.
Blessed be.
Yes, the patron saint of hero points. B. Arthur.
Mm,
Mm.
I have a plan for Rune. Director, what do you do?
All right, so I am going to cast guidance on myself
Okay.
before that. And that's going to give me a +1 status bonus for 1 attack roll
Good pep talk.
until the end of
Okay.
my turn. So he is going to sneak up as close as he can, like right on top of this thing.
Yep.
And he's
You
gonna
notice it's opened. There's an opening.
He is going to stab at the eye or whatever this thing is, and he's going to try and fuck it up or pull it out or do as much as he can with
Okay.
that 1 attack. So let me see. I don't think if I pull it to me, it'll work, but let's try it. I might just have to roll it and you'll...
You can roll the dice or the attack onto the dragon pillar itself.
Okay. I don't know if my status bonus will. Yeah, I don't think my status bonus is going to show for it, but I'll just do that. That's fine.
Sailix,
Yes, sir.
you remembered where Reika is, and you take great care not to disorient yourself. But as you look in that direction, instead of seeing Reika in this world, and instead of seeing Kellen, you see the faces, 2 twin boys. Well, they're grown men, but you killed them, so they might as well be boys. If you want to go help Reika up, you have to deal with her corpses.
So as Reika fell, when this thing kind of fell over her, Sailix is trying to push the thing off of her. When he's doing that, he's kind of like screaming in like a frenzy and like yelling,
cursing in Celestial.
Yelling in Celestial to the god they prayed to together
Gabriel.
yesterday.
Ooh, Gazray.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's sitting there yelling in Celestial to Gazray about like how he lets his subjects fall as he's pushing this dragon. Like he's like completely trying to ignore the twins right now. He's just like trying to push the body off of her in a in like kind of like a rage filled frenzy.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Did you hear a point for that? Director, it's a miss. A critical miss, but the stakes aren't that high. Your dagger slips and you nick your thumb, but you notice you're panicking here. You're smarter than this. You're smarter than trying to attack something to see if you win. If you're going to defeat this, you have to be clever again.
Okay.
You have 1 action though, I believe. So what do you do?
All right. So I am going to. I got 1 action. Cast Liberating Command on it. Make it fall out. I can't. That's stupid.
I mean, is it though?
Is it? It's got to be a person, I think. Hold on, let me read
this.
Is
it something?
For one, it's a reaction.
The director would do.
I mean, he might do it, but
hey, you fall the fuck down.
Exactly.
Break the chains.
I think it has to be a person. And it's a reaction, so I don't think I can actually use that. Can I make one more attempt to try and hit this thing?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna try a ranged attack this time.
Okay.
Which is the weird thing to do, but if nobody can see this, but I have -1 for my actual melee combat. So.
I can see it. So Reika, make a roll, your flat D20 check to stabilize.
Okay.
I believe it's D20.
Oh God. Oof. I'm going to use that hero point that Spence gave me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah. Thanks, Spence.
Dying 1 becomes dying none.
Yeah.
Still saving the party, not even.
Now you feel that feeling again. Gazray has been associated with sort of a saltiness, and you never knew it until you actually left sea, because growing up with sea legs, you always equated that sensation with just being out in the water, but as you traveled deeper and deeper inland, it stayed with you. Mm-hmm. And you didn't realize it was because of your deity until well into your adulthood. You feel it again, that breeze. It feels like it's trying to sweep you up. But as you feel the limits of its grace, it cannot save you.
Yeah.
A weight's lifted. And as you wake up, instead of Gazray there to help you, Sailix is.
Oh.
Pushing a body. Allowing you to breathe again. Aldonis is blind as Monica is, howling and hissing and cursing in Draconic as best as he's learned. Sailix, what do you do?
Still being blind, right?
No, it's worn off.
Oh, it's worn off? I'm
Yep.
going to. This thing's dead, right? It's not going
It's
to.
dead. It's not moving.
I'm going to sudden charge the. Or I'm going to literally just walk over and just whack the shit out of this fucking gem.
Okay. You see the director is there, by the way.
Yeah, like he's just like, the thing falls off of Reika, he reaches over, picks up his sword, dragging it as he's just straight like tired, wounded, pissed off, and he's just
Perfect.
dragging it up as he.
Watch out for my caltrops.
So what?
No, he didn't.
Snacks.
Make an attack.
All right. Does that hit?
It doesn't.
All right.
This thing it's formidable is the problem.
Second attack. Now.
A miss. The
Yeah!
frustration as you try to hack this to pieces. It neglects every such attempt. Rune, what do you do? Oh, you're muted and blinded.
I am blinded. So Rune is clearly just sort of stamping on the ground, and he calls to Corvus as the raven just sort of appears, passes by Rune, and this visual representation of arcane energy passes from the staff into Corvus, as Corvus uses its two actions to deliver a spell to the creature, because it can see it even though Rune cannot.
Okay.
And it's just a simple cantrip. Let's see what it says. Yeah.
It fails its save.
Okay.
Whoo!
This is electricity.
Yes.
Describe how you destroy this thing.
So Corvus again passes by Rune as this arcane energy flows from the top of the staff, and as Corvus passes by Sailix and the Director, they smell ozone again as the raven passes through the pillar, and energy just sort of arcs from the inside, causing it to crack and shatter, and pieces fall off. As eventually the gem floating at the top just sort of wavers, sags, and trickles to the ground. On the other side, Corvus appears out on the other side, looping back to Rune. Did I do good, Master? Did you like it?
Director, you remember who killed the monster and the pillar when it's time to explain the story to the Kuje elves.
So as soon as the pillar is destroyed, Sailix goes back over to Reika, and he kind of tries to do a medicine roll to see if there's anything he can do.
Yeah.
I knew you guys had it.
Go
I
ahead.
knew you guys had it the entire time.
Erica, you might make your own medicine check for this
Yeah,
one.
I was
You're
gonna
quite
ask.
skilled.
I
Yeah,
was
you can.
gonna ask if I was up enough to do that.
Yeah.
Nope. I don't remember how medicine works.
Ooh,
Yeah.
can't lick your wounds.
Oh God, I'm just like.
Sailix will help you.
It hurts too much. That's her excuse. It's just like. She's like, I got this. Oh, no, I don't.
Lizard.
As everybody gets their vision back, Monica doesn't. Time passes, and there's no sign of restoration. Much to Aldonis's dismay, he's quite agitated. You've noticed his fur is spiked right now, and he doesn't let his guard down in this area. How about you guys?
So after doing what he can to help Reika, Sailix will literally hack the beast that fucked them both up into bits. Like
Bits.
Other than the arm that I'm keeping.
the arm that Reika said, nope, keep that one. He's gonna
Fine.
push to the side. He'll chop the head off, like put it aside, and then just
Oh, I still have the Staff of Healing. Is that once per day or once period?
Once per day.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna fucking use
You
that.
can use that.
Yes. Where is that thing?
Rune will head over to Monica with Eldonis's approval, of course, and give it a once over, see if we can figure out why it hasn't dissipated. If it's just taking more time, or is there something? Can you tell if there's something more insidious going on?
Yeah, you can make a knowledge nature or an occult check.
I've got occult assurance. Will that suffice, or do I need to
Yes.
roll?
No, you wouldn't need to. It appears the magic was just especially potent. In this case, sometimes it doesn't wear off. You don't think it's permanent, though.
All right. He'll let Aldonis know that it will just take some more time. Though she might need to stay behind at the Yakuza camp if necessary.
Ian, do you just want me for Staff of Healing to use the
Like it's a heal spell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just use like it's a spare slot. Makes it simpler. Aldonis won't afford you his eye contact because he's preoccupied with any potential threat in the area.
The director's walking
He
around.
tells you we need to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the Yakuza camp.
So so Reika is going to just basically hack off the finger bones of the dragon arm to make like a necklace for herself eventually. But like she will look to Eldonis and be like, I will pray to Gozray for guidance. We will ensure that this will not be a lasting problem. Monica will be healed. And just be very like adamant and solemn to the wolf. And like I feel like with Sailix, like she just sort of, look at him and just, kind of give him that like regard of like, thank you. When we are in a safer space, I would like to talk to you.
So let's just kind of nod and pick the head up and like kind of wrap the tail that he cut around it, and then like throw it over his shoulder like a makeshift backpack. And he's like, yeah, sounds good.
With Monica riding, Aldonis will move towards the pile of limbs that you've created. With his snout, he'll locate the torso and rip the heart out and swallow it whole.
Yes.
But yeah, he doesn't have the time to eat the rest of the corpse. We need to leave.
Just prior to leaving,
my man.
Rune will use his innate ability to detect magic in the area to see if there's anything left behind.
I want to also say while there is still a storm in the sky, I would break off one of the spines of the pillar and create water like in a puddle and like use one of the spines to like make a makeshift like one of the metal spines specifically to make like a makeshift lightning rod and just say a prayer to Gosray claiming the area in his name.
Prayer seems unheard.
Or there, I guess.
The territory is volatile. You don't feel any real gain here yet. However, you're in the heart of Cinderclaw territory.
Get there.
You do know that the safest place to go at this point is less than half a day's travel
Sweet.
west to the Akuje town of Akravel. If you wish to head there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was our plan. Yeah, and
That's the
yeah,
best thing the best plan we have because we're all fucked up right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Director was meticulously writing this all down and making sure that he had a really good story going in for these, for the Akuje, so they can, win them over.
I kind of want to say that Sailix gets close to the director and kind of like looks around, violently swinging the head on his back, trying to hit the director unknowingly, like, huh, what?
Yeah.
What was that?
Can you not?
For all his help.
What?
It's my cat's voice. Can you not?
So,
Not do that.
a few hours later, over a large ridge, you have to take a bit of a scenic route to get there, but you find the treetop village of Akravel. You found comfort in what feels like months ago, but to just be a few weeks. As you arrive, you see elves waving at you, but none of them inviting you up. Jassi left to return to camp a while back. He told you that he believes the dragon pillars are what cause permanent blindness in Akuje elves, so he wouldn't risk visiting the dragon pillar. But he said he would meet you here. And now you notice him descending the tall tree to meet you below. You look well.
Sailix
Just looking at
throws.
it.
Oh, you're funny. You're hilarious. That's what I like about you.
Rika
Nice to
coughs.
see you.
Rika coughs and there's some blood spills out of her mouth.
Right. Sailix helping holding her up and throws
You tosses the head
head at his feet and we took care of your problem.
without looking down, just eyeballing it. He spits on it. Let
The
us
pillar
go.
is no more.
This is good news.
Yeah, tell that to our spleens.
It was an incredible fight. You should have seen it. It was absolutely marvelous. These people, he's going to kind of look around. These warriors have shed so much blood for this cause. And he's going to kind of make sure it's loud so the other, people can hear it.
You can save it for the tribe. And then he'll start climbing the tree. I'm going to need athletics checks if anybody's going to follow
Oh,
him.
Lord.
There's another way to get up here, but it
Just
takes
go.
about an hour. You don't feel
Brune will
confident.
levitate.
Wait, can you levitate me? Can I?
So Sailix will take the hour around helping Reka also
Yes.
traverse it.
I feel like under normal circumstances she would follow, but it's kind of I can still see that my insides are barely outside.
I'm taking, the safer method.
Corvus will land on the director's shoulder. I can help you, Director.
Oh, really? You can?
As the wings, he just sort of, Corvus just sort of props itself between your shoulders, begins to flap its wings, and you feel levitated.
Oh.
Don't worry, Director. I'm your friend.
Oh, I believe you. I love having friends in high places. Get it? High places because we're flying. Yeah,
Now
it's great.
drop it.
Director,
So-
you're so funny.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess then, on that, as Sailix and Rika are walking by themselves, she would just kind of look at him and be like, while I was under, I felt the presence of my god. And the next thing I saw was your face.
Well, let's try to make not correlate matters. I was just trying to get it off of you.
Did you?
I had some strong words for them as things turned out. But yeah, everything turned out horrible, but we're alive, so.
I feel like that would kind of like make her smile. And she would just kind of be like, the cost of those things continuing to exist is far greater than any single life of ours. But I thank you.
Sailix will incline his head. Bloody ass hair just fall on his face. Like, no thanks necessary. I also saw some things when I lost my sight. And, yeah. So we all have revelations that happened, and just keep pressing forward, right?
Indeed. There are many who are angry at the storm, but the storm is what provides nourishment for the plants to grow, for flowers to blossom, and for the sun to shine brighter after.
I like to think of it more as the storm clears the debris and allows new growth.
Sounds
Indeed.
horrible. From far away. Sounds horrible. Wouldn't write it.
So the long approach is seldom taken for a reason. It essentially starts as a series of catwalks and ramps on low trees that slowly makes its way up to the larger web. You would think it's less frightening for somebody who's afraid of heights, but it's actually the gradual approach is probably more terrifying because it takes quite a while, and there's a lot of narrow passes to manage, but you navigate okay. And in about an hour later, you finally make it back to Acravel. Monica, go ahead and describe your demeanor during this.
So I am riding on the back of Aldonis. I am frustrated and just holding on to his fur and trying really hard not to let anybody see me cry, and like testing, like occasionally I'll have my hand in front of my face. Why isn't this working? I should like, it's right there. Why doesn't?
If Rune ever sees that, he'll just come up and or beside her. It will take time. Everything will be fine. I promise.
So, I'm going to rob you of that calm moment because as the party arrives in Acravel, you're first met with the sound of quite a din, commotion, arguing in a Kuje, mixed with common. And when you arrive, they're yelling about Rune. Making your way to the main platform where Rune finally made it to the top, they must have been arguing for quite some time. Jassi and the spiritual leader of the tribe are on his side, but much of the tribe aren't. What do you guys do?
Are the rest of us with them now, or
Yeah, so you have just made it to the main platform. This is the entryway, the lobby, if you will, of the whole city.
So
What's going on?
Upon hearing them argue, they're arguing about Rune very audibly, right?
Yeah, all you know is that it's about Rune.
And Jossie is a part of that, right? Is he engaged in that conversation?
Yes.
Okay.
So I feel like Reika would step up as like battered and bloody as she is, and just be
Yes.
like, stop.
They fall silent. Every single person. They look at you with wide eyes.
I could
Your-
leave. It would make
Your
the conversation
enemy
easier.
is Dahak. He has burned your lands. He has cursed your sons and daughters with blindness. He has blighted this land, and he has. How many of this tribe have suffered under the reign of his followers? This man, and she would point at Rune, has struck a blow against Dahak. A severe blow that they will not forget anytime soon. But we cannot, the work is not yet done. We still have much to continue. But we cannot do him without him. If you are going to see this evil purged from your lands, you need his help and the help of all of us in order to do it. We will fight alone if we have to, but we shouldn't. Join with us. Stop fighting against us.
Just Sailix is super slow. Like also, if somebody could get a goddamn
yeah.
healer.
Jossie will try to stop your clapping. Nearby. Says, please, I beg you.
Don't do that.
I need a healer.
If anyone has anything else, with wide eyes, and nobody says anything. They're preoccupied with what Reka said. He says, "Come on," and he'll head into town, towards the quarter that you're familiar with, the one haunted frequently by new visitors. So you're off the hook. Anything you guys
Sort
want
of.
to do for the evening and night you spend in the village?
Rune will be taking care of, or helping to take care of Monica.
Well, that's a switch.
So I feel like, yeah. So first of all, like Reka would like check on Monica and just be like, okay, I'm gonna pray to my God for guidance.
Your god probably doesn't like me, so don't bother.
Reka.
We'll see about that.
Reka.
Yeah.
I need you to do me a favor. I don't feel that the Yakuza will listen to me very well, but we need to send some scouts to the Cinderclaw area to understand what their patterns are, what kind of resistance are we up to, and if they can manage it, get us some disguises if possible, if they don't have any here. And subsequently, find out if they have any here. Any information we can get on our next step, we need to get.
It will not work. Jossie is in the doorway, leaning, eating some strange fruit.
What are you eating? That does not smell cooked.
The Yakuza will be blind. The dragon pillars, they curse us.
Yeah, well, they curse me too.
Tell me about this curse. What happens? When? How?
For you, it wears off. Of Yakuza blood, it never does.
Rune will pull out the gem that he took from the pillar and would like to make an Arcana check to see if some mixture of this gem and some other concoction will help him find an answer to this curse.
I also want to look at it with religion, if that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me that because you are cursed, because you guys are cursed here, that there is no desire to go and figure out how to alleviate it, or has that been done?
There is no cure. We have tried.
We haven't tried taking them all out. I don't know. That seems like a thing that could be.
Well, if it targets them, like, how did you not get hit? I'm assuming you didn't get hit because you're not complaining like I'm complaining, so therefore you probably can see, right?
Yes.
No, not you, the director.
Oh, me? Yeah, no, I can see.
Okay, so how did you not get hit?
I went invisible. It works.
So-
I'm not blind. Hey, I don't
Is
know.
it-
Do I get anything from the religion check, Ian?
Nope.
Okay. As a note, my failures are still successes.
Is that like a feat?
Yes.
That's freaking
It's
cool.
Yeah.
It's just philosophy. So,
Okay.
you know that this is Cinderclaw magic. They've targeted the Akuje,
Mhm.
some sort of blood magic, and it might in fact be permanent.
Okay.
What about the kobolds? Did you talk to them at all about helping us free the kobolds so that we have, two groups that could, fight the Cinderclaw or something? Instead
So
of
we're
just
supposed to be
us?
heading back down to the kobolds to meet with the raft
mine.
and save them when we get there.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, like Reiko would like look at the Akuje and just be like, if we were to take out the dragon pillars, would you help us? We are so close.
We
Tell
cannot
me.
even get close. He's gonna
Tell
point.
me though, has
gonna-
this ever happened in this time, in this with how long it has been? Has it gotten this close before where one of the pillars has been destroyed?
We have destroyed a pillar. Would you like to see at what cost?
It was at the cost of Enzo Cool's son, wasn't it?
I would like to see just for the whole narrative purpose.
Of course you
Come.
would.
I would. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit here since it will be lost on me.
I will
Director
explain
can-
it.
She will go with him.
Thank you.
'Cause,
I will
like,
explain it to you. Do you want me to narrate
Yeah.
it? As
Again,
Monica walked.
like I imagine she's just like holding herself together, but she's gonna go with him.
It's actually quite a busy terrace. You see people enjoying dinner, moving about, and he points out individuals in the crowd as they pass by, one after another. You didn't notice this at first. Faded eyes. At least a dozen people that he's picked out are blind. You remember the dragon pillar at Hunter Gate where you emerged from your teleportation from Breach Hill. It was a destroyed dragon pillar, and they were guarding it.
Mhm. Can you honestly tell me that you believe that they will be content to stay within the territory they are? Because I saw them go through the gate. I know that they will continue unchecked, but we can stop them.
Reka, we wish to destroy them. We are hunters. We must see.
What if I just like explained
Rune?
it all? Narrated
Yeah.
You think you're onto something, but you lack the resources to crack the code here.
All right.
Now, something in the back of your mind, the other back of your mind, your mind's got it's quite the maze back there. But you know it would take less than a full night if you were to perhaps sneak off and visit Breach Hill, come back before the sun comes up. Perhaps your old pal in town would have some advice for you, but maybe there's a library here as well. What do you think? You just need more resources.
Excuse me. Would you, looking at our host, would you by chance happen to have a library here that I could use?
Yes,
If you allow me to use your library, I will find you a cure.
it is yours.
Thank you.
I feel like Reiko would just like side eye.
It's like,
Like,
motherfucker, what?
all right.
Yeah,
You're
that's a
not going to
big
do anything
promise.
stupid, right?
I
Who, me?
Stupidity is
Yeah.
implied at this point.
Who, me?
But
No. It's just a library with books. Nothing stupid yet. That comes later.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know when that happens, when the stupid happens, because I want to be there.
I know the
I wish
director.
to also partake in the stupid.
You are at
Hey.
least the 0.5 person I will tell.
Thank you.
No problem.
she would, turn back to the guy and just be like, I'm not saying that you will, again, I'm not saying that you will be alone. We will clear the path for you. But the numbers are great. And we cannot do it alone. We need help. So if we can clear these pillars for you and light a signal, will you come to our aid?
Ooh, Bounder Court calls for
Yes.
aid.
You have my promise. I will convince the others.
Do you need help with that?
Yes.
Oh, shit, I didn't actually say yes. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you are one of the more convincing people of our group.
Unfortunately.
Between you and me, why are we the ones that do all the talking?
Because we're small.
It's true. And
'Cause we're
people
small.
people will step on us if we don't keep talking.
Yep.
I will,
Okay. So, yeah.
I will spend the night in meditation trying to commune with Ghost Ray. Perhaps I can find a way through this blindness.
How about you, Sailix? What do you do tonight?
Bathe.
Bathe? Oh,
He's,
yeah, we were all
Ooh,
wondering.
Are you
We were
gonna go
definitely
to
asking
that?
about that, but not out loud.
You weren't there when we had our sacred bath before we
The
went
ritual
to the,
cleansing.
Yeah, the ritual cleansing.
yeah, no,
The
he
director
wasn't.
stayed there. That was the.
They made him do it later on. Director,
Yes.
a small gathering. The Khalidi warriors, still uneasy about Rune. They were talking amongst themselves. Jassi lets out a sound. It's like a cue for a hunter, a clicking of the mouth, and suddenly all of the eyes are on you.
Oh, man.
In the middle of a large awning under the night sky. What do you tell them?
Okay.
They look to you.
Yeah. He's going. I'm going. This is my diplomacy. This is the diplomacy role. But he's going. First, he would have asked. So like, what are things that you would say, or like, how does your people like to do they like stories? Is this something that I can play off of? Is this are they more direct? Do they passive? What he's trying to get a sense of, like, gauge how direct he needs to be, if he needs to like pull out some really good jokes, if that's something that they're into. But like, they're hunters, right? So,
Jassi will lean towards you and say, "We tell stories, but not in wartime."
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so he'll friends. I am here amongst warriors, amongst friends, and we are in your dire need. We are close to resolving this conflict, this war, this bloodshed that has gone for years, for eras, for eons, and it is now. Now my friends need you, and now we need to help each other. We need to bring the plight and the horridness and the war the Cinderclaws have brought upon you, that have inflicted upon you. We need to end it now. I ask of you. I open my heart to you. Please, please assist us. Please come to our aid. And he's going to kind of wrap in what the plan is. Like, please, assist. I'm losing it. And we will forever be in your debt. And I'm going to write a really cool story.
You're really bad at the debt thing.
I know. Don't let them know that.
Also, they'd be in our debt because we're saving their asses.
Listen, we're going to work it out later on the back end.
This is all whispered in something
I'm
other than
diplomacy.
common.
And Alex's inept, ability to actually make a diplomacy. This is what, the director actually has some skill for that. So he didn't cast anything though. He didn't cast anything because he's trying not to cast.
That was excellent. That was a nat 20. Yeah, no, you did great.
Oh, okay. Nat 20. Yay.
And the Akuje, they rise and they nod. Some of them, they start dispersing immediately. They seem to be set on something. Jossie says, "Now we need to know the plan."
Oh, I don't make plans. I don't know about that.
Well, let's see if Rune comes up with anything for the whole blindness thing. We got one pillar down, so we've got what, like 9 to go?
Technically 2, but I'm not there.
You're not there.
Rune, dispel magic isn't usually used for something like this. The interesting thing about it is it almost appears to have the same properties as transmutation to stone. Dispel magic, it doesn't reveal what's underneath to be solid rock, but it seems to transform these crystals into solid rock. Some magic has temporarily converted stone into these gems, so dispelling that magic is a weak point. And with that single vulnerability, you think you have a shot at destroying these pillars very efficiently.
And does he feel that destroying the pillars will return the sight?
No, you think that the curse seems to be degeneration of the eyes. So upon lifting it, the vision won't return. But you know that the blindness is tied to this pillar, not any of the symbolism above it or below it or anything like that. That's just a housing, almost a distraction. It's these gems. So you're wondering, perhaps a magical arrow, maybe in a clean shot, could render an entire pillar useless, as long as you have line of sight. But it's going to take a decent craftsmanship to come up with something like that, and no sleep. So minimally a night of absolutely no sleep. So if you would like to make that craft check to see, you might be able to create arrows or any other material that you would like. The idea is to make something similar to the novel spell bombs that you remember from a year back. Spell and activation, just maybe over a small area.
All right, when Rune is done with his initial research, he will go and look for the director.
Are there hot springs here, or like, are there like?
There is a spring. But it's still a ways out.
All
It's
right,
an hour walk. There's a bathhouse. Sort of. It's not.
No.
It's not even warm water, but it's bathing.
No,
Are you gonna come watch Sailix bathe?
no, he was gonna go, but like, if it's not like a steam room sauna situation, he's not happening with that. No, he's gonna be about. He's gonna be around. Hey, yeah. Rune.
Director,
Ah, yes. What have you learned? What have you found out?
do you still have those caltrops?
Oh shit.
he's gonna laugh. He's gonna maniacally laugh and go, "Yes, I do. All of them. All 50 pounds of them. I knew this day would come." No. Yes.
I need us to make a lot of pouches full of them.
You bring the pouches. I'll bring the caltrops.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Follow me. So Rune is going to take the bags of caltrops, and essentially they're going to be the ammunition for telekinetic projectile to throw the caltrops at the gem in order to dislodge, dispel, or whatever.
Like a telekinetic
Perfect.
grenade.
Just FYI, I have a bag of holding with 500 pounds of caltrops.
Are
I am in no way
Are you
surprised by this.
lying?
I am not lying. It's on my sheet. Ian knows it because he put it there.
No, it is canon. It's there.
500 pounds.
100 pounds of
caltrops?
caltrops in my bag of holding
You
that
can-
only holds caltrops.
Can I have Jossie help me bring food to Rune and the director?
Yes.
You know, per usual.
So
Previews.
Sailix, after bathing, will spend time trying to pray to his god. Does he get anything tonight?
You hear something, a faint whispering
Oh, sure.
coming from above. You feel wind at your back, sort of like an angel's wings, maybe. Maybe that's in your mind. But as the whispering gets closer, it also becomes fainter, and then it vanishes. You've almost caught it. It's like a stray cat. It approaches you just a bit more each time, but perhaps it's enough for you tonight.
Right. After that, he would take that as a sign of he's at least on the right path now, or trying at the right path, and then he would go and sit with Reika and pray to Gozray with her.
Oof.
Because, well, more voices are better, and he owes them a debt because he cursed at them and then they helped. So
Meditate on the gifts you've been given and the blessings you have.
Yeah.
If you try to remember every time redemption has worked out for you, it's quite a sad list. But if you try to remember every time thunder has arrived to save you, it's a bit more promising. You love the idea of it, truly. You're at a bit of a crossroads, Sailix.
I do love thunder.
Gozray speaks to you in a way, not with words, but with sheer power. But that will be your night of prayer.
All right.
Anybody else have anything they would like to do tonight? I do need a craft check from Rune on his.
What are you
psychotic
trying to
creation.
do?
So basically, I imagine that like Reika would be
That's funny.
sitting
serious?
at the highest point she could manage So that way it's like open where the sky can be seen and everything, to like sort of do her best to commune with her god, thank him for the gifts that they have, or sorry, thank them for the gifts they've given him, and prepare new spells and also try to see if they have any, just sort of like in that like meditative state, just like see if they have any guidance on how to just like reclaim this area from Dahak, because that's where she is at, is just like, I want to stop this being a thing. My god's the best. And like, that's where we're at.
You feel a grip on the land,
Mhm.
only along the waterways, the winding rivers that eventually meets out to the sea. But from there, you're given a sense of confidence in your ability. You remember, no person has ever beat you in a breath holding contest, and usually it's not a contest. It's just the end of a long battle that ends with somebody drowning. But you feel comfortable. Something's telling you to follow the river.
Ooh, okay. Cool.
Rune is on his shit all night. It'll be sunup, and he has a single bloodshot eye, and we'll just leave it at that for now. Unless anybody has anything else, the night passes uneventfully. There's tension in the air, but the few leaders who have power in the Akuje village of Ackerville, they manage to sway the public, who's afraid of you, but tolerant. They cannot go with you in fear that the pillars along the river will blind them, but they're ready to join the fight as soon as they can.
How much HP do I recover?
Right.
Oh yeah, let's do an overnight rest. But anything you guys want to do in the morning before we head out?
Can I see it?
It's a 2-day travel.
Assuming
Yeah.
I have prepared my spell, I would like to, in the morning, use Restore Senses on Monica and see if that works.
Monica, you can see again. Reka's granted you vision.
Yes! Oh, I can't believe I'm so happy to see your face. Oh,
Don't
my
rub
God.
it in. There
Oh
are
my
blind
God.
Akuje
Oh my
within
God.
earshot. But
Sorry.
And
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I feel like when she returns Monica's sight, like if Rune is there, like she would be like, "Do you understand what communing with my god? Why this is a good idea? This is why you do not sass me when I say I'm going to do a thing."
Well, I mean, to be fair, he was up all night working on this tool, which, by the way he explained it to me, should make it a lot easier to take out these things. So, fingers crossed.
Yes.
Rune will be stumbling-ish out of his hole in the wall that he's been working and hand a bunch of the pouches over to the director.
Yeah. The director would have kind of been up with him. He probably would have taken some sleep between that, but yeah.
It's fair. You're the only other person that I know that can wing shit about at your will.
He has the force, yeah. I got it.
Yep.
Yes.
Wing these, but only at the gem.
Only at the gem. Okay.
Any other
So-
caltrops, you can do whatever you want, but these, only at the gem.
Hey, can I use them in my little sling, and I'll take out my my halfling sling stick?
I think I can separate out some to smaller pouches, and yes.
Great. I can be useful.
There's 500 pounds of them.
Monica, you are
Lots.
always useful.
Yeah, not really. But anyway, I will make coffee, and that's what I do.
So
Uh,
in the morning, Sailix would went and back like on his own and prayed to his god of redemption.
Gathiel, yep.
And he would have asked for guidance in his path to in forgiveness for it himself. But in the overarching thing, he needs to honor a god who is able to provide for his friends in situations of turmoil and able to protect them. So he will be leaving like the good graces of him for someone else.
Good old fashioned renouncement right there.
Yeah, you broke up.
Interesting.
That's a lot.
Some caltrops?
But yeah, no, he doesn't say it lightly because over the whole year and everything, he's been trying to pray to this certain god, and only last night he got barely a whisper, and he's like, if it took you a whisper, like a year for that, I need the ability and power to protect my friends now.
I need communication, man.
This is like every OkCupid relationship I've ever
Ready
had.
for the
Seriously.
thunder.
Empathize, yeah.
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 Oh, that's funny. Yeah, if you can't handle me at my lightning, you don't deserve me at my thunder. So with that, I think we'll start our journey. You can make 2.5 days to get to the kobolds comfortably. But if you really push it, you can make 2.
Are we going back the way we came?
No, because you can take the zip line.
Ooh.
It is just south, so
No, I mean to the kobolds.
right. So you had to go up. You couldn't take the shortcut that is the long zip line, which saves you almost half a day. So the path is a bit different, but then it ends up being.
Did we make a harness for Aldonis this time?
If there's something you're looking for on the route, yes, we are going that way.
Okay, because yes, there is something I'm looking for on the route.
Right.
Because
yes.
yeah, nobody's noticed it's missing, but after getting blinded, I want my security blanket back.
It's quite the detour. One issue
yeah.
is you notice.
Oh yeah.
By the time
I wanted to ask Ian, and I'm really sorry.
Okay.
Was my necklace reacting at all to the dragon pillar?
It was.
Oh.
It was drawn to it. You remember that now. Yeah.
Okay.
In the heat of combat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold towards these things. Drawn to the Cinderclaws, and you just don't know why yet. But you notice about halfway through your trip, by the time you get to the zip line, Rune, you are absolutely struggling to stay awake, I imagine. And if you want to make a will save to fight this, you can. But you do notice a pitiful amount of drowsiness. It had been an entire day of battle and travel mixed with a night without sleep. So, but the will save is successful. So nevertheless, you press on. Nobody's afraid of heights, right?
The director might. No. Director's not friendly with them, but no
He
phobia.
survived a zip line before.
He did, and he screamed the entire way and was like, that was horrible.
Darkness maybe, heights no.
Perfect. So the zip line is every bit as pleasant as it was the first time you took it. You can stop by Breach Hill if you'd like on the way, but You don't know how long it's going to take to round everybody up again. I'm speaking about the director in particular, but if you want, you can stop in. Otherwise, you can head straight for the kobolds.
You're muted.
I can't think of any reason to stop at Breach Hill.
I can think of 100 reasons why we need to stop at Breach Hill, and they all have to deal with food and
I think the
not be
kobolds would
here.
hate you
We do
if they
not
heard
need
that.
to stop at Breach Hill.
I went through the
Um,
zip line. I did that.
I will get you your favorite soup when we get home.
What is my favorite soup?
I don't know, but you told me about it. Supposedly.
Okay.
We've known each other for 2.5 years now.
And at this point,
you
we've
told
learned-
me.
I probably have, and I believe you in
Yes.
this. Okay. He's like he has not taken a single point of like damage, by the way. The director is
I'm saving it all for one.
I know. Like it's just
I'm
he's a
saving it all
shit.
for one thing. It's gonna be like I'll be like, is that
Complaining.
4 digits? Like they should separate these with commas because this is hard to read. But, just kidding. So
That's okay.
runes indomitable will allows him to press on. Not only that, but he challenged you guys even further. You managed to make great time. 2 days is all it takes. Reika,
I do find it
will
though.
kill you on the way. Yeah, you find it.
Yay. I'll put it
Everybody-
back on now.
Everybody gets licked that needed to get licked.
I want to be
Arriving.
licked in
Ew.
general.
No,
Well,
it's great.
Brutal.
It opens your pores. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Sailix
you
swears by
have.
it.
Yeah.
Lick us, Rika.
Look at how he glistens.
As he's walking through the forest, just
Lizard girl.
yes,
I love you.
hair hanging down. Look at my
Exactly.
glistening body.
I'm all set. I only want to deal with Reika's spit when I'm dying.
It's
The
super great.
kobolds, as you arrive late in the night, you realize the kobolds possess a newfound spirit. Before you, half a dozen rafts constructed violently in kobold nature, sharpened at the tips as if they were used for charging into one another or something.
Yes.
The 8 of them have been working tirelessly. You see bandages around their fingers, but they're more than excited to see you.
I make them really good dinner.
Wonderful. Can we get a survival check for dinner?
Can you roll for me?
Yes. And Reika, if you're trying to hunt for dinner as well, it would be much appreciated.
Yeah.
Do these have names? Do kobolds have like in the director? Like, do kobolds have names? Do they
Yes,
have-
they have names. We told
do.
you about their names.
what are their names?
Hang on, I'll find my notes.
Okay.
Because I've been just
so
calling like Plugorpsy and
You can, yeah, you
Business.
can number them.
I have survival, or I have forager.
Yeah.
So did I get a success?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a great success.
Then, was it a critical success or no?
No.
Okay. So on a success, I can provide subsistence for myself and 4 additional creatures. Yeah, my survival's only trained, sadly, though. So otherwise, eventually, I'll be able to go up to 8 when I get to expert and stuff like that.
Right. Well, with Truro Ashens, you guys are fine. And Monica also got a success, so
Yeah.
it's more than enough to cover everybody. And
So the one that we were working with was, oh, what was his name? I thought we had it in the notes.
it is in the notes.
Tabaki.
Yes.
Tabaki, yeah.
Tabaki, the kobold, the golden skin kobold. You notice they have a sheen. You didn't get to see it first due to their sickly nature, but they're better now. They're invigorated. Tabaki scarfs down a wild animal along with his allies. They're very proud of the boats that they've created. You see them leaning on their little enclave.
I will translate praise to them in Draconic and translate whatever.
I wonder if they're float.
You might know by the way that they're eating that the meal is praise enough. They don't need words beyond this point. But Tabaki singles out Reika in the group as you guys unload your traveling equipment and prepare for a rest. Mid-chewing, heads over to a hand-drawn map in the dry sand. Reika, if you were to look, you see a map similar to the one the elephant people have created. It's not perfect, but he points to a fork in the river, a small one not on the elephant people's map. And he says, right here. And then he draws a line straight to the Cinderclaw camp. Looking for the word. Tunnel. It leads below.
Well, that could be convenient. Any other scouting?
Shakes his head. But he points to Reika again and puts a hand on his chest. He says, You can breathe.
Huh.
Is there a gas in there?
He's asking.
A river.
Now he switches to Draconic. To Monica. Ask her if she can breathe.
A river.
Underwater.
And he nods.
I translate. He wants to know if you can breathe underwater.
I understand.
Can you though?
Yes.
Okay. That's the answer that we wanted.
Well, and she would like hold a hand up for a moment. I felt this in my meditations last night.
Do you think it's maybe a premonition or something?
Perhaps. I felt the feeling of the rivers here. All of them connected, leading to the ocean, leading to the domain of my god. And I
think you're putting too much thought into it because this was a yes or no answer. The answer is yes, which means that you can get access into whatever tunnel goes under and gets to the camp.
Yes, but there's more to this.
There's always more to it, but the longer that we plan, the worse it's going to be for the ones that we're trying to save.
I understand, but again, I think that there is it is all connected somehow. And if I can just glean that answer.
All right, well, you go and meditate, and I will go and translate that yes, you can, and then we'll try to formulate a plan. Sound good? Great. And I go and I tell them that yes, she can breathe underwater.
She'll get the keys.
Keys? What?
There's a pool.
Keys?
Hey, we dug into the mine. We found a reservoir.
I will translate all that. What are the keys to?
The cells.
Of the prisoners.
Yes.
They keep the keys underwater?
The tunnel leads to an opening deep in the mine.
Okay. So the tunnel leads to an opening deep in the mine. Where are the keys?
I don't know. They're nearby. But if you get the keys first, we can break you out from within.
And get out through the secret tunnel.
We can't.
Because you can't breathe underwater. Oh, okay. I think I understand now.
I
So
must
you-
go alone.
Unless somebody has some kind of spell that can make us breathe underwater, but I don't think there is such a thing. Is there such a thing? I look at Rune.
Dictionary.
Oh well, yes, there is, but I don't really have access to it.
Oh, well, that sucks.
It's all right. I understand, and I believe that I am intended to go.
Okay, great. So you will go in the secret direction, snag the keys, free everybody, and then we rush out the main entrance, it sounds like. Or at least be waiting at the main entrance and clear out whatever there is there so that the prison break is not that difficult. Why am I the only one talking? Why am I in charge again? You all know I don't like being in charge.
Because Sailix doesn't know Draconic.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we don't know
Yeah.
Draconic.
Reika knows Draconic, so that's why
Yeah.
she's
The doctor's
talking
like
to you.
walked off. He's just like,
Yeah.
okay, well, let's go.
Rune just smiles.
Sailix is like watching Rega pray again. He's like, I've done this so many times in the last few days.
The plan as it stands now is to follow the river on the 6 rafts. It'll be spread pretty thin, but you need them for the escape. There are several dozen kobolds in the mine. You split off. Reika takes the underground tunnel as you head towards the Cinderclaw mine. There is a dragon pillar nearby, but you don't have to touch it first. There is a dragon pillar, however, at the center of the Cinderclaw mine. They used it as a fortification defense against the Akuja elves. You're to make an assault on that pillar. Once it breaks, you free the slaves and head back to the Akuja elves. If you would rather free these slaves first and then make an assault on the pillar, you absolutely can. You also know Hazel works for the mine. She's a trusted member, but still a slave. She's a kobold, and rumor has it she's waiting on her opportunity to turn on her masters. So meeting her is also another good approach. But until you get there, you don't know which order you can take the steps. So the best thing is to be prepared and approach it with open eyes.
Okay.
When do we use the caltrops?
When we see the pillar and we attack the pillar.
Yes.
I just care about that.
Yep. I won't go over how they work, and I assume nobody's tried throwing them at things because that's reckless and dangerous.
It's only Director lobs one at Sailix.
Well, yeah.
Ah!
Burn that bridge when we get to it. Do you guys have anything else you would like to plan before you head out in the morning?
I want to talk to Reika before we head out.
Max.
Okay.
Rune offers. Actually, Rune will during the end of the planning. Rune offers to Rika, I can follow you into the river if you like.
As much as I would like that, I think that given the assaults and how powerful the pillars can be, that your talents are probably best needed protecting our friends and allies. I wouldn't want to risk all of that because and she would just leave that at that.
As you wish. If you change your mind, let me know.
Monica, you can speak to Reika.
Hey. Can we talk for a second?
Of course.
Like away from everybody?
You just like look confused and be like, all right.
Can you can actually head out of the enclave. There's a pleasant little brook nearby.
Your claw, what does it mean to you?
This was the last thing I was given before I was forced to flee. And I was told that it would protect me.
I'll take out my claw from my shirt. When we saw the shadow of Dahak, it responded to mine. Now, I don't follow him or anything, but mine's given me strength when I needed it the most. It brought me to places I needed to be. I'm worried that it'll be taken the wrong way if people find out its connection.
I would not wear that around the Yakuza.
Yeah, that's kind of why I asked to take that detour, because I figured out that the Yakuza really don't like him, so I didn't want to die. So I hit it, and then when Aldonis and I went off to go do the thing, yeah, it
I feel like she would look at hers for a moment and just be like, but they are connected somehow. And the natural world is about a balance between powers at all times.
Yeah, my mom used to say that too. You can have as much light as you want, but it always casts a shadow.
Exactly. So I think the easy solution is to say to cast it out, but we've seen so far the best way that these things work is in concert with one another. So I wonder if there's still yet a part that they have to play.
I wonder if I had it on me when we got to that first pillar, if it would have protected me. Because I didn't.
Perhaps, but it is also equally possible that it could have potentially strengthened that pillar.
True.
But I don't think it is wise to dwell upon what could have been, as we have a battle to face before us tomorrow.
I know that. I also know that you are very observant, and we are both experiencing things that are beyond what I know, because I'm not religious or anything. But I want you to know that just because I wear this and because it gives me, I don't know, some kind of inner strength or whatever, just because I have that doesn't mean that I'm against you. I would never do anything to hurt you and to hurt our friends.
Mordecai, words, deeds, and intentions have power. If you believe strongly in utilizing a symbol for something that is good as opposed to something that is evil, then you can transform that with that belief. You saw it when I was engaged with the vision of Dahak. I reclaimed that space for Ghost Ray. My belief, my faith, it weakened that dragon. Water took the place of fire, and it eventually crumbled.
You think there'd be a purpose for fire in place of water at some point?
Maybe. But I think that just because that symbol began with something evil, I don't think it has to end with it.
That's the funny thing about good and evil. The only person who really decides what is good and what is evil is who the victor is and who writes the history.
Hey.
I imagine
Listen!
I imagine
listening.
the director would have some opinions.
I'm sure he would. He's not around, is he?
I just assume that he's hiding in everywhere.
I'm everywhere.
So that means that we're gonna have this conversation on stage at some point.
Probably.
That's
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's been bothering me, and I can't really talk to Rune about it. So
Rune is I think that he limits himself unnecessarily by attempting to apply logic and reason to things that don't necessarily operate in logic and reason.
He's got what I've heard called a madness of knowledge. I mean, I kind of have it too, but you want to know more. There's comfort in knowing more.
But there is also comfort in accepting your place within the universe.
Yeah, I can never accept my place in the universe. I'd be dead if I did that.
I disagree. I find that when you think upon the natural world and you think about how even in death you can continue to provide nourishment for things that come after you and continue to be a part of the cycle of life, even if you aren't an active participant. There's something beautiful in that. Wouldn't you agree?
You sound like Moth right now. It's kind of creepy.
I am a druid.
It's true. Let's just agree to disagree there, and I will continue trying to make my own destiny.
Of course.
All right. Well, thanks, and good luck tomorrow. You know, Gosray go with you and all that. I'm going to bed.
I would pray for storm of weather.
Got that prayer on speed dial. So,
stormy weather.
With that, night passes, and in the morning, kobolds have prepared their small fleet of river boats. They're more like rafts. Dreadful they are. Yeah, you don't like the idea of staying on one of these for 2 hours, let alone 2 days. But that's what it's going to take to get here. So anything else before you embark? The kobolds, the 8 of them, they'll embark on their journey upriver with you. They don't have very many supplies, but they have 6 rafts, so that brings us at roughly 2 people per raft. They could probably hold a dozen carefully enough. It's an awkward arrangement, especially to be moving into the heart of Cinderclaw territory. As night falls, the kobolds impress upon you the need to keep a low profile. This isn't somewhere you can light a campfire and tell stories. Instead, you find a ditch to sleep in for the night and hope it isn't your last. Any precautions?
I guess
this journey?
Yeah, I can cast invisibility at least once a day for us. Maybe during dangerous parts, and I run over again. But
Right, yeah, and actually towards the evening you notice a small rowboat hitched um, to to a pole of some sort, and there's a dirt path winding up. The kobolds seem that they would rather die than follow this person's footsteps this close to Cinderclaw territory.
Real quick, before we left or embarked on our journey, Sailix would have been like, "Are you talk to Reka? Are you sure you don't want anybody to come with you?"
I felt that the rivers were significant, and I know that I must do this. But I also am aware of the threat that the towers possess, and I know that his skills will be needed, especially since he's the one who devised the way to defeat them. And I don't want to take that away from you. But again, if I am being completely honest, I am not sure that I am choosing to put my faith in what I felt last night.
Sailix will cut you off and he's like, "Oh, good to know." He'll clap you on the shoulder.
Just checking.
Clap you on the shoulder. He's like, "I can't hold my breath that long, but I'll see how far I can go." And he'll just kind of walk off.
I feel like she'd just be like, "What just happened?"
So, passing this, what appears to be a tourist in the jungle here, kobolds pay it no mind. They duck their heads. They know a life of hiding from bigger predators. They'll have nothing to do with it. They want to press on.
what is it?
That
Monica, can you ask him what that is?
Does that look like the boat that
Yeah,
Vaz
Vaz was.
No, this is a small rowboat.
in? Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
do you
very
want me
different.
to go track real quick and see what it is, or at least try?
No.
Okay. Well then,
Just
press
start.
on.
Yep.
Can Corvus
rowing.
see? If Corvus flew up high?
They're rowing faster.
Okay.
Of course, can give it a shot.
Nope.
Yeah, Rune will
nope,
send
nope.
Corvus out with
Corvus
a
sees
departing. Yes, master. Of
a
course.
dirt path that far off in the distance, maybe a mile away, leads to stone steps in a small temple, perhaps. Crumbling monuments. It's hard to make it out from this distance without flying over, but that's a threat in and of itself. No person in sight.
Back on the raft, Rune will say Corvus doesn't see anything in particular, just some old ruins.
Okay.
If he describes them, can I make a religion check in?
Yes.
Okay. I presume that you are going to describe them.
If Reka asks, Rune will describe them as best he can. It's pretty vague description. I don't see through Corvus's eyes. I just get a feeling of what Corvus is seeing.
Right. So it's pretty much a game of telephone at this point.
So is 29 29's a success, right?
Yes.
Okay, so with my feet, I think that becomes a critical success.
A critical success. Okay. I will mess with you.
Let me double check, because I want to be sure that's right. Let's see. You've searched many faiths to recognize notions about them. If you roll a critical failure, to recall knowledge about the tenets of faith, you get a regular failure. When attempting, you recall knowledge of your own faith. If you roll a failure, you get a success. If you roll a success, you get a critical success. So that's weird.
So it's like a step up.
Yeah.
As Rune describes it, your knowledge of religion might not aid you well, but it unearths some sort of memory in you. You could have sworn you remember your childhood. You know nothing of what it was like growing up before you were dropped at the River Clan, and now you remember something like that. You remember every morning running up a hill, a dirt path like that. I mean, it could be this, it could be any other. There's probably 10,000 dirt paths like that in the map that you have. Something about this sticks with you. When this is over, you might want to check it out.
So I feel like she would pause and be like, I think this space is important. I would like to check it out first, if that's possible.
Wait, what?
I feel that it is important, and I think we need to check it out.
If we delay any further, we run risk of not being able to secure the kobolds.
I understand, but I think...
Is it something we can come back to?
Ian, what does it feel like? Like...
Kobold will stop rowing. You're actually on the raft with the leader. And Tabaki will turn around and say, we have to free them. I'll take you here myself. But we must come back. Nodding. He's not demanding. He's asking at this point because he does admire you.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying they're willing to stop as long as we go immediately after?
They're willing to come back, but
okay.
Yeah.
So did I get the feeling like it was a thing I had to go immediately to, or just like...
No, this isn't a supernatural calling of any sort. Just a childhood memory, perhaps a clue to your past. You know, you were born somewhere in this area, perhaps.
Okay.
It's a step closer.
Okay. I feel like she would sort of like hold her head and like rub her temple for a second. Of course. Yes. You're right. We must proceed forward, but I need to go back here.
We will.
Easy enough.
And on the dusk of the second day, exhausted, hardly in any condition of battle, but not with a choice, right? You arrive at the fork. You notice the water isn't flowing with the river, a portion of it sucking into the ground. The rafts stop. It's dark, and you know it's probably pitch black underneath. The kobold points over to where the water seems to vanish in its flow. Tunnel. And he points in the direction where it would lead. The direction you've been chasing for the last 48 hours.
Good luck, Reka.
I feel like Reka would just like see the river being unnaturally moved as just like this like utter affront to who she is, and just like like she is disgusted. But so is that where it is leading? Is this specifically the like sucking area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of
You can-
context.
You can feel the tunnel.
Okay, cool. So I imagine it's like again, like especially in particular, that it is an unnatural way the river is going. Like she would flat out just be like, like say a prayer to Ghost Ray of just like, yes, I will right this wrong and release this unnatural
Yeah.
machination of the Cinderclaws. And then look to the others and specifically look at Sailix and be like, please protect them in my absence. You have felt their touch. You understand what is at stake. I am putting my faith within you to see that this area is cleansed.
Oof, no pressure, right?
And then she'd dive into the river.
Sailix is like, like
Away.
There's a lot of responsibility on you, Sailix.
oh yeah.
How does that feel?
So I'm gonna need you, pointing at Rune, to not die.
I mean, I can make no promises,
Yeah, I kind of figured that one.
but I've got you covered.
Yeah. Can't wait to find out what happens next.
Less than an hour away is all it takes to get to the Cinderclaw mine. You can hear pickaxes hacking away and chipping even this late into the night. You've hitched your rafts. Kobolds think it's wise to keep someone there ready to guard them and prepare them when it's time for an escape, because this won't be a fight to the last one standing. You're just outnumbered. But as you arrive, you guys do have an opportunity to get a clear look at the area. It is a large open mine. Underneath, water has been collecting from the recent storms. There's also further tunnels that work in. There's a building nearby, 2 beds outside, and a bonfire. They seem to be roasting something. Naturally, the path leads you to the western entrance, but you can move as you please. You're unnoticed for now. What do you guys want to do?
Let's take the time to scope some shit out, scout what we can.
Right.
Well, why don't you let me and Corvus do that? Because Corvus is flying, and, well, let's face it, I'm the sneakiest one of all of us.
I have
Okay.
invisibility.
Right.
Maybe have that.
You probably have more stealth though. Like
I have an incredible amount of stuff.
yeah.
How often can you go invisible, Director?
Once a day.
All right.
I need a rest. The only
It is
thing
night
is
out.
it is not.
Is it just you?
No, it can be. It's the same as yours. I just have it heightened, so it can last for an hour, and it's 120. I think it's 120 feet for allies around. So anybody within that.
You're our getaway plan, so keep it.
Got it.
Clever. Well. What would you like to check out first? Order's important here.
Corvus will go to Monica's shoulder. Yes, Monica. Where are we going?
Your voice. I hate your voice so much. So I want to scope out how many guards there are, the location of the pillar, and see if there's any like covert way of taking out the guards, like if we could poison them or something where we don't have to fight.
Murder the guards. That's quaint.
Well, I mean, murder, give them food poisoning, whatever.
Murder.
It's the same.
There is a
Stuff.
shack across the mine, and it looks like there might be a kitchen or something in there. They're burning oil, so somebody might be up. On the south side, you notice there are beds strewn about outside, which is quite unusual.
Are we ready, Monica?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Good luck.
You too. All right, so I will. I want to creep down to that shack and like peek in the window.
Right.
If I can.
Stealth check.
You got to roll for me.
All right.
Corvus is going to attempt to stay fairly high so that it can maintain bird's eye view, so to speak.
Right.
And I do have dark vision, so it doesn't matter how dark it gets.
So does Corvus.
Okay, that's a good DC. Monica is successful. Aldonis is successful.
Oh, I didn't. I wasn't bringing Aldonis.
Oh, Aldonis is not? Okay.
No, I was gonna leave
Just
Aldonis
Monica.
just me, because if there's two of us, it makes us a bigger target.
Right. And what about the rest of you?
Rune is staying put.
Okay.
His hiding is not a forte.
Yep. Monica, peeking through the window, you notice kobold with green skin standing on his table. Seems to be grinding away at a mortar and pestle. Glances for a second, shrugs it off. Back to their work. What do you do?
What does it smell like? Does it smell like food, or does it smell like
Smells like an apothecary.
apothecary?
And also smells like mud mostly. They've been tracking up and down. It looks like people have been coming in and out of this place all day.
Okay, so not food.
Not
Got
food.
it. Does it smell like explosives?
Make a perception check.
You make a perception check.
Smell through a window. That's a check. Yep. Let's see.
Well, you never know. It could be a hot summer night. Windows be open. I don't know.
You know, it kind of does.
That's a possibility.
Well, minerals at least.
Mhm.
Explosive material could be found in minerals. Maybe that's what you're mistaking it for. Maybe they do use dynamite in the mine. Maybe they've been sifting through it. There's a giant pile of dirt where they've been taking everything that they've extracted. They sort through it on a table nearby.
All right. And there are beds, you said, as well?
Yes.
Okay. Are they covered? Are they like in
To the
tents?
south of you, you made a wide circle around the place, so you didn't get a good
Right.
look, but you could have sworn there were some people sleeping in them.
So I will back away from the house and wave to Corvus to have hopefully communicate to come down.
Corvus will come down.
Can you
Hello,
look up?
Monica.
Yes. Can you fly over those beds and tell me if they are Cinderclaw or kobolds?
Say pretty, please.
Pretty, please.
Of course. Corvus will take off.
Great.
Corvus is
Reka, you have been navigating blindly. You can feel the current though, and you're given a sense of direction the entire time. And something about being underwater for so long, and you haven't in years and years, reunites you with old memories. You feel a stronger connection to that place that you visited, and you feel like you can almost see these memories remember growing up as a pirate, feeling lost. But as you try to trace it back to your childhood, to the earliest time before you met Enzo Cool, it's moot. You can't. These memories, they fade though, because you start to see light, visible light. It's no longer pitch black. The light of a torch, distorted by the water. There's an opening. And it's the only way out. Do you head out?
Does the torch appear to be stationary or moving?
It's mounted on the cave wall.
Okay. So I feel like she would, as quietly as she can,
Okay.
sort of like poke her head up to see what's up.
Yep, rising slowly, like a demon. You see the end of a desk. It's just around a corner. There's also a bed nearby. It's made of straw, but it looks quite comfortable. Right beside the desk is a hook with a chain of keys. You can't see what's beyond the curve, though. There's also a ramp, or the tunnel moves up. It's likely the exit.
Okay. Is there anybody in the bed?
No.
Okay. And I don't sense anybody else.
You hear someone in the desk. You just can't see where the desk chair
Okay.
is. Scrawling away. You hear a quill on parchment.
Okay. And I know that, and the keys are at the desk where I hear somebody.
Yep.
Okay. Welp. Am I out of sight?
You are.
Okay. So I guess I will try to where is it? Well, let me think. Because I was gonna say I could try to spend 10 minutes calling an animal to get the keys for me, but I feel like we're on a short timeline, so I probably shouldn't do
Right.
that. So I guess I am going to try to creep on whoever is at the desk to potentially murder them if I have
I'll
to.
check. As you rise slowly out of the water, probably silently. You were born a natural predator. The keys are just too close to the desk as you approach. You know getting it is going to cost you detection.
Mhm.
But you notice as you walk over, suddenly you peer around the corner, and it's Vaz. And she turns slowly, says, "By the prince, what?" And she's going to raise her hand slowly. "I'm not a fool, Reika. You want the keys?"
Do.
I knew that led somewhere. You're clever. I'm honestly surprised you stuck with them.
I'm surprised that you are still with them.
I'm acting on my own accord, working alongside them. But I've been meaning to speak with you, Reika. This is good. This is good timing. Corvus, so flying above the mine, you notice there are kobolds, sick in their beds, housed outside. There are beds in the larger building, but they seem to be separated.
Okay.
Corvus will return. What were the 2 options again, Monica?
Well, I wanted to know if they were guards or if they were kobolds.
Oh, they're guards.
Spence, I hate you so much. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the others.
Of course.
And I will caught a mosquito
returning.
with my hand. Anyway, we'll return to the group. My reconnaissance is done. I'm not going to do anything dumb yet.
And you notice on your flyover, Corvus, what all of you can hear is at the bottom of this mine, in the dry portion, stands a dragon pillar. Its gem, a burning violet hue, a torch lit in its mouth so that plumes of fire and smoke emerge from its gaping maw and eye sockets. Charuka and boggards march around chanting. They're celebrating, worshipping Dahak, while miners toil away. Director Sailix, what have you been doing in this time?
Getting ready to throw a whole bunch of pouch-laden caltrops.
Yeah, just pretty much getting
getting
battle ready.
So where's Rune? Where is Rune? Where are you in all this?
Rune has been sort of sitting at the edge, trying to look in the direction of Corvus, but seems a bit confused at times.
Me too.
Aldonis will be right there next to you.
Okay.
Right.
Yep, he's just readying.
What's the plan, gang?
Have I come back to the group yet?
Yes.
Okay. So, there are beds in the middle. Corvus says that there are guards sleeping there. There is a hut, which appears to be an alchemist's hut. We could create a distraction by setting that on fire. I don't like that there are guards sleeping out in the open in the middle of the area, but if they are out in the area and they do get up, if they start attacking us, if we're far enough away, we can, like, I don't know, you have like fireball or something like that, right? You guys do magic, right?
No, I don't. Not at all.
I do, actually.
Yeah. Anyway, so I feel like we could. The only thing is that there is a kobold in the alchemist hut, and I don't really want to kill that kobold if we don't have to. I'd like to, like, I don't know, time it right or get him out.
Baki says, "That's Hazel."
Hazel. Right. You told us about Hazel.
That's our point.
Damn.
That's our point of contact,
You
right?
can help us.
Yeah. Let's get there.
All right. Well, I guess I'll bring you around the safe way that I found.
Let's go invisible.
Not yet.
Meow.
No, we need to save that as a getaway
As
plan.
Make your way to the other side. You reach the back of Hazel's little hut.
I'll toss a pebble at the window.
Throw a caltrop.
No, not a
God damn
caltrop.
it.
We're saving those.
I have 500 pounds of it. Like, we have caltrops. We're fine.
Yeah, at this point, if the director ever wants to throw a caltrop, just okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Just start sprinkling them out.
I almost
Stumbling out around the building, you hear grumbling, with a cane, complaining something about gnats.
If I could whistle, I would whistle, but I can't, so I will whistle.
She makes
Yes,
her way
that.
out and looks upon seeing the kobold. Her cane falls to the floor. Her eyes widen. Oh, that's today. And she'll pick up her cane again, nervously. Right.
Yeah.
You're here to save us.
Yeah.
Loose term.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Come in now.
Okay. Yeah.
Go in
Wait,
the
is
hut.
she speaking common?
Yes.
Okay, thank goodness.
Moving around back into the building, shutting it immediately as you're all inside, and then dimming the oil. You can barely see with normal light. And she gets up on a table and she says, "So what's the plan?"
Well, I thought that we could blow up this hut as a distraction, destroy the dragon pillar with the fun new toy that our wizard friend has made, and we have somebody on the inside who should be getting the keys to get people out of the cages.
And in the meantime, we kill everyone else.
Yeah.
How many? Do you know if there's anybody, any other kobolds that are well enough to fight and to assist? No.
Hardly. We don't have weapons. You notice her hands are shaking and she's breathing heavily. She kicks a rug, revealing a loose floorboard. Opening it up is a small box. She lifts it and sets it on a tray. On a tray on the table. She says, "This is highly explosive.
Yeah.
I have men down there.
Yes.
We don't use it yet.
No.
We have to take out the dragon pillar."
Yes.
Right. So dragon pillar first. Got it.
What about the beds that are in the middle? Are they guards?
We're cursed.
Cursed,
Some
like
of us are sick.
Arsenic poisoning. Yeah.
the poisoning, right? It's not anyway. It can be cured.
Don't tell my second wife that.
Good. Because we're going to kill all of them. So, Reika, you're speaking to Voz.
Yes.
She doesn't seem to have any way to kill you. She's at your mercy. Her hands are up. She says, "Dear, how much do you know about yourself?"
I imagine this is the part where you inform me of some dire piece of information to betray my friend. Or to inspire me to betray my friends.
See, that would just be giving up too much, wouldn't it? I can't give that to you yet. But I think you need it.
So I feel like as they are talking, like Rika is moving very slowly out of the water.
Reika, you can take the fucking keys. I don't care. I need to get out of here. You can kill every last goddamn Cinderclaw. But I need to break out of here. I'm leaving alive. And in return, I'll prove to you, you're not the last one left.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about a risk I don't think you're willing to take. Look, I didn't know we had a way out, and I didn't know we needed one. I can breathe it. If I need to, I need someone to get me out of here. I'll take you to him.
Who?
You wouldn't know his name.
Are they here?
Quite close.
After I free the kobolds.
You can unlock the cages. Give it to one of them. They'll do the rest. Cinderclaws are not down here. Not this low. Not right now. They're
Where
fucking
are they?
lunatics.
Where are they?
They're on the surface.
And why are you down here?
I like the quiet.
Why now?
Why now? Well, forgive me. I thought I was about to die. I'm desperate right now. I'm not afraid to hide that. But if I die, the thread vanishes.
So you're desperate. Then help us destroy this place.
Shakes
And
her head with a smile. If I was afraid of dying, I wouldn't have gone this far. But I like a deal.
then make a better offer.
He doesn't even know you exist. If I die, he'd never find out. I'm giving you an opportunity, Reka.
How do I know you're telling the truth? What proof do you have?
If you let me check my pockets. But honestly, I don't have a way to prove it to you, except trust me to get out of here, and I'll show you. You think I have the upper hand? In there, she points to the dark pit that is an underwater tunnel. You can tie my hands, I don't care.
I feel like Reiko would grab the keys at this point, but look at Vaz warily.
"10 paces up the hall. There's a kobold. Break him out, give him the keys. He'll take care of the rest. He's a smart one. We can get out of here." Rune, Monica, Sailix, and the director, you're standing over the pit, watching the Charuka and Boggards trot along this dragon pillar. It watches them instead of alert for any intrusions. It's enjoying this. The gem is basking in this this worship. Rune, you've got a pretty good idea on a way to get rid of a lot of this threat in one fell swoop. But you don't have an Akuje with a steady hand. Do you have any ideas?
Oh yeah, telekinetic throw. Telekinetic projectile.
Is this the opportunity? Anybody want to do anything before that?
the director's also going to assist with this once he gets, the idea of what Rune is thinking. Do you want there to be fireworks?
Yeah.
Can you provide me a boost?
Yeah. Like, do you want me to lift you in the air?
No, the director.
Oh.
Their rousing speeches and eloquent patterns often help with these sorts of things.
Okay, right. Yeah, I forgot that was a thing.
Oh, same mind pan. Yeah, I can. I can cast a thing. Hold on. Let me see what we want. Let's do. My phone is also about to die, and that's where my sheet is. Let's do Inspire Courage. It's going to be anybody in the 60-foot emanation. You gain a +1 status bonus to attacks, damage, and saves against fear effects for 1 round. So that is what I'm going to do for you guys.
Yay.
Do we have a target?
Yes, it is quite a distance. Say about 45 feet total, accounting for vertical, but it's a drop. So gravity's on your side a bit. It's just a hard shot. And you'll be throwing that bag.
Yeah. Is there a token that I can target?
Yes. Let me put it on. It should be visible on the combat tracker now as a dragon pillar.
Thank you.
Oh wait, the orange one.
All right, let's see how this goes. So Rune will one of the pouches of caltrops will sort of float up and hover in Rune's hand as he begins to kind of squint at the dragon pillar.
Oh man, this is a great sign. One-eyed guy squinting.
Uh-huh.
I am going to get on Aldonis and just be ready to sprint in if we have to.
Yeah, Sailix is gonna be like right next to Aldonis, like kind of just sword unsheathed, ready to go.
On Rune's shoulder, Corvus lands and its feathers are sort of ruffling. I feel the anticipation, Master.
Sailix is kind of like muttering like words to Gozray in Celestial, trying to will up some thunder to kind of spook them.
Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening.
I'm holding on to my dragon tooth under my shirt, saying, "All right, don't fail me now."
Well,
That's a hit.
as everyone just sort of begins to do their thing, the bag of caltrops, the caltrops sort of rip out, and the threads and twine and pieces of the bag just sort of hang there for a moment as the minute missiles of the caltrops themselves just go to as everyone around him just hears that thump and says, "I hit."
It hits. An explosion. The crystal shatters like a shrapnel grenade. Screaming immediately. Some of these cultists don't manage to get up. Some get on their feet quite quickly. A couple of them. Sailix. It's maybe 50 feet of a drop. Is that a leap you think you can manage?
Give me a second.
I can also, just FYI, I can make a cloud of smoke down there, like with their fire and everything. I can create like a
Right.
smoke down there. I don't know if you guys want to do that because I don't know if you guys are going to jump in there because you don't.
You should do it.
I should do
You
it.
should do it.
All right, I'll do it. I'll do pyrotechnics. No, I don't have that.
So would it be possible for him to kind of like, is it a sheer drop or is it kind of like a slanted drop? Like a very steep slanted drop?
It's like a full drop. I mean, you could run along the sides. There are some footholds.
Okay.
You notice that the source image there, that's the wall you're scaling.
Yeah,
In that
so
picture. Yeah.
he would, I guess, take off running down the sides.
Before you do that, just FYI, if I'm really doing pyrotechnics, I'm doing smoke cloud, and you'll take creatures within the smoke cloud take a -4 circumstance penalty to visual perception checks, and -4 detect creatures and objects within it. So, and it also you have to attempt a fortitude save to not be smoked and disgusted.
So are you?
If you do that, you're going to go down and you're going to go that. But if we're
smoking them out, then we can probably take them out one by one.
I mean, if that's the plan, sure.
I'm doing it, so yeah,
All right.
That's it. Do it. Hold on, just 1 minute.
What would Aldonis do?
Hearing that, he will go forward and sniff out where he can smell the most traffic, and
Okay.
like sit and wait for
Perfect.
something to come up.
There is a path that winds up. The way they
Mhm.
make their way out, if you waited there,
Yeah.
you would be able to get the
So
jump on them as they clear the fog.
Yeah, he's gonna go there, and I'm gonna be sitting on his back, ready to pounce on something as soon as I see it.
Excellent. And as they start to emerge, you certainly do get the jump on them. They don't expect as they head out of the flag. And Sailix, what did you say you're doing again?
Now that the director cast the smoke, he was just running down and waiting for the first one to emerge, and he was just gonna kind of slash them.
Excellent. As they flee, one by one, mowing down the few survivors. Perhaps a dozen or so of these cultists were killed by the initial impact, threatening to cave in the actual tunnels themselves. It was so calamitous. Some kobolds awaken from the barracks area, sick and tired, but by the time the smoke clears, battle, at least in this area, is already won. What do you guys do now? As kobolds rush in, the ones you brought along, immediately they want to head deeper into the cave.
I mean, I would have Aldonis waiting up top because he would be too big, I assume, to get into these caves. But I would go down at least to act as a translator or something.
Anyone else coming down the caves?
Yeah, because Reiko was supposed to be coming up the caves, right? As far as we know, that was the escape plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sailix is going down to at least make
Bruno
sure
follow
that
his compatriots.
Director just leaves now. He goes.
just like going back to the bar. See y'all later.
See ya.
So the last thing Monica will say to Aldonis is, howl if any danger comes.
Okay. The caves are winding, forking at times, but as you head down, you hear it sounds as if they've already managed to escape. Kobolds rushing up. Place seems like it might collapse soon, even due to the explosion. It's quite chaotic in here. Smoke from above, dust from below. You have to make sure everybody gets out.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So I'll start shouting instructions in Draconic and be like,
We'll just make a
Uh,
chain of guidance.
yep.
Yeah, no, Salix is pushing past all of that. He
Yeah.
is looking for Rhaegar. Like, so if the kobolds are getting in his way, he's literally just moving them very, like
20 minutes pass. Reka's not to be found. You find a puddle of water. You believe, yeah, it's pretty deep. That could have been where she emerged from. In all of the many branchings, Rune, you happen to stumble upon that one, and the desk. You imagine to belong to Vaz. A stack of books. They all seem quite boring, describing the region, but a letter. It's got your name on it.
Here's
Sealed in
scraps of
wax.
letter.
Cutting it open. All it says is, "Hello, Rune." And it's signed by Vaz. But you already knew that. It's clear. 40 kobolds in all. They've made their way out, but you guys are neck deep in Nakuje territory.
I'll holler down and be like, "We've got everybody out. Let's go. Where's Reka?"
As you make your way back up to the surface level, Reka's in the entrance where you started. With her is Vaz, bound, tied at the mouth, standing beside you.
Can I
The
kill
look
her?
of disdain on her face.
yeah, like Salix is like swords up, like, do we?
Vaz is gonna look at you, Reka.
She is under my protection.
What?
So Rune comes up behind.
She'll give you the smile eyes. She can't smile. Her mouth is tied.
Only kind of hearing that, and just quietly from Corvus is just this almost a whisper, murder, as
Not helping
No.
Corvus.
Oh man, I love this bird. I love it.
Rune sees Vaz, his arms begin to twist and shift and undulate as tentacles begin
Stop.
to
Stop.
encroach around his hand and stretching out.
And again, like Rika would be like, "You will stop." She has information that I need. And
Raises
I
her eyebrows.
imagine whatever she is running from is important to the rest of us.
Yes.
So for now, she is my prisoner and she is under my protection.
One of his arms it's about 10 feet long.
You know,
It's this tentacle.
Can you retract that? That's really creepy.
Salix-
Even
It's
though
just
I
sort of it's just like inches away from wrapping around Vaz's neck.
Salix is going to stand in front of Rune and be like, "All right, so we're going to talk about the tentacle thing, later. But
we did tell you
two,
about this.
we could pump her for information. She's an enemy. She has information that we need. Let's not kill her right now. We can do that later. Information first. You're a wizard. This is your game. You run on knowledge, information. She has knowledge, information we need. So let's get out of here and get back somewhere safe. You know, small victories.
Director,
Yes.
you can
Yes.
drop your trick now.
My trick.
He just sort of slumps. Well, there goes the drama. Your invisibility?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, Alex is done. Alex is tired.
So I feel like this
Talks
is
to
one of those cases where like Rika would like grab Vaz and just be like, "I'm sorry, I'm late, but I think you can agree the situation warranted it."
She doesn't respond. Not that she could.
Yeah.
The group, it's maybe 60 in total. You've rescued, maybe 4 dozen kobolds from these mines. Many of them are desperately sick, but you create an and occlusion and invisibility. You don't see enemies, but they might not be trying to be seen. They could be waiting to make an assault. But luckily for you, you're invisible. You can make an escape of your 5 rafts, which you guys head back west towards the kobold camp. Is that correct?
I believe that was the plan, yeah?
Yeah.
Vaz looks at you, Reika, as they loosen the rafts, as if asking you if you're really ready to head all the way back.
That temple ruins. I would like to go there.
We need to
Sure.
secure the kobolds and make sure they're safe.
Well, we can take one raft and they can go. They'd be able to travel back.
Exactly.
Don't worry.
I thought we were going to have a chance to question Voss.
Sailix will say in Elven, he's like, don't worry, Viper Lady. I'll be there with you, ready to cut you in half if you slip up.
Vaz is, as much as I am loath to admit it, I think she is a part of this.
She is absolutely a part of this. She is a follower of Norberger. She lies and manipulates by trade, which is what she's doing to you right now, Reika.
She shakes her head. She can't speak.
Insight check.
Yeah. Like my first wife.
So, hastily removing the bindings that keep the rafts tied to this campsite, you head off. It's much quicker downstream this time, but as you head out, you hear the screams of far more fierce enemies. They finally made reinforcements. They arrive. You guys are you've made it. You're in the clear, riding out into the dead of night. No clear plan in sight. Course is set for Reika's past. And that's where we're going to end off tonight, guys.
Yay. Starship
done.
Enterprise.
Well done, everybody. That was
Oh my god.
Fucking Voss.
Fucking
That was
Fucking
a
Vaz, man.
Vaz is right.
She's so
I'm
much
just-
cooler than I am.
Right? Like,
Dang.
and it's, oh my god, that was hard. So, yeah, like, it was one of those things where I had to think about it, like, really hard. I'm like,
Yeah. I
Reika's
don't know.
not particularly good, but she is neutral, and she did make a promise.
Yeah, it's super good that you didn't take
You
Sailix with you
chose
because he just
poorly.
would have killed her right off the bat.
Yeah.
He'd just be like,
Yeah.
oh, sorry,
Yep.
my sword
Yeah.
slipped.
And
Yeah.
it's like, it's one of those things where it's just like, well, wait a second. You're the desperate one, so yeah, now that I have you tied up, you're coming with me.
Behind the scenes, and Reika very slyly got out of her part of it without breaking any agreement. It was a good move.
Good job. job.
I do want to remind us all that some people have to work tomorrow. So
Yes.
Yeah.
let's wrap this up.
Yes. You guys have been wonderful. Let's do our outros real quick. Start with Daniel.
Hi, I'm Daniel. I played Sailix tonight. I'm going to be here tomorrow with Star Wars with Alex, and then again on Friday with Scion. So I hope to see you guys there.
Alex.
Hey, I'm Alex. Thank you for checking us out tonight. You can catch me here tomorrow running my Star Wars game. It's super awesome. Every Monday for Cult. Yeah, have a great week, guys.
Spence.
Oh, that was me. Hi, I'm Spence. I live here. And if you look below me, there is a little follow button. If you're not following us already, you should be. There is a bell. Get notifications whenever we go live, and we're going live like almost every day this going forward because we have amazing lineups. And there's a subscribe button, and the subscribe button helps us support the channel, and we would really appreciate your support because we are bringing awesome games. We've got new games in the works for you. It's going to be amazing. And then if you want to find out more about what I do, I am on the Twitch channel Resonant Moon. You've seen me in chat. Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Mr. Smith.
I am Mr. Smith. You can catch me in my musings at IamMrSmith.com. For now, I'm gonna go rule the world.
And
I
our
love it.
spotlight character. Oh my god.
It's the
It's
best of all of us.
Such an outro. I just have to sink into my chair like, bye
Yeah.
everybody.
Bye, guys.
Last but not least,
We're not that cool.
Jen.
Oh, thank you guys. Hi, I'm Jen. I'm just a lizard doing lizard things.
Me too. Me too. IRL.
You can find me on the internet, savagesparrow.com. Awesome nerdy merchandise and apparel. And otherwise, I will be here next Sunday and then the following Monday for Cult.
And I am Ian. We have been playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the Age of Ashes Adventure Path. Almost done with book 2. By the way, all you guys are level 7, and I'll get to you. We'll go with that later. It's a fun time. Definitely check out Fantasy Grounds if you found what we had to show interesting. I especially recommend this adventure path. I'm gonna go to bed now and contemplate everything.
Same.
So goodbye, friends.
Have a good night, guys.